Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an assumptions tag, which is also like combined with like people's first impressions of me. So essentially what I did is I went onto my WhatsApp, I also went onto my Twitter and my Instagram, and I just asked people what their assumptions are of me. And I don't know, with like certain conversations with people, I ended up also asking them like how that has changed, like, or let's say you had an assumption about me when you knew me off Twitter, but then when you met me in person it was different. And like it was just crazy to see like how people's opinion of me changed and stayed the same. But let's just get right into it. So these are first impressions and they are assumptions. I'm not gonna do like, I'm just gonna jumble them up just because, you know, I didn't sort them through. Anyway, if you're interested in this video, please stay, watch, subscribe, like, comment, do all of those things because I obviously need it. Thank you so much for watching. So anyway, let's get right into it. So the first one, I don't get how this one is possible because I haven't been getting a lot of this, but this person said, I'm very approachable, I'm very social, and I'm a people's person. I want to say they're right to a certain, okay, with the assumptions, obviously I'm going to have to say if the assumption is right or wrong, but I want to say that the assumption is right to a certain degree. But obviously the person who was saying this is someone who met me when I was around people who we both know and people who are my friends. So she did not get the not the normal Buhle, but she got the Buhle who's in a more comfortable environment. So I can understand why she would say that. Yes, when I am comfortable, I am very social, and I am to a certain extent a people's person. However, it's not everyone, unfortunately. It's people who, first of all, your energy has to be right. Like, there's so much, bro. Like, your energy has to be right. I need to also feel comfortable with the person you are. You know, like, there's just people sometimes like exude this energy of like, for I don't even have the English to explain it, but bayaz pagamisa, for lack of an English term, bayaz pagamisa. So I'm the type of person who, if you're going to like, you know, act like you're better than everyone, or like walk in as if you're better than you're better than everyone, my reaction to that is that I'll just stay away from you because we're probably going to clash. The one thing that I probably don't agree with, or I feel this assumption is wrong by, is the fact that I'm approachable. I really don't think I am. But we'll get into that because a lot of people said the opposite about me. So the second one is this is this one shook me. This assumption shook me. I was just like, me? You thought this about me? Hi guys, hi niyayithetha ikaka. This person says, I assume that you're one of those Zulu girls that went to virginity testing. Okay, first and foremost, if you don't know, I am going to do a Q&A at some point, so you will know my lineage, you'll know who I am, where I'm from, what my tribe is, like, you'll know all of that. But just for context, I am half Zulu, half Xhosa, my mom being the Zulu one. So I think usually people hear me speaking Zulu and hear, like, they realize that I'm Zulu before they realize that I'm Xhosa. So this person's first impression of me, this is an impression, was that they obviously saw that I was Zulu, and then they took that and ran with it and thought that I was one of those girls who go for Zulu testing, which means the only way I can analyze that is that this person really just genuinely thinks that I am, I don't know, I don't want to say pure because it's such an unintelligent way to put it, but you know, like, people just, if I assume that you're the kind of person who'd go for virginity testing, first and foremost, I think that you're the kind of person who abstains. You're the kind of person who's very, you know, I don't know how to explain it in proper English, but it's just a weird thing for me because I don't think I exude that energy. I don't exude the energy of being what society regards as innocent. I don't think so. I feel like if anything, I'm the opposite, just because a lot of people, as you'll see as we go on with these assumptions, say that my feminism jumped out as soon as they met me. So obviously that assumption that person had of me, first of all, is false, because I do not practice, first and foremost, I do not practice Zulu culture. And secondly, my politics obviously would not but wouldn't align with virginity testing, because I'm just the person I am. But if that's your thing, go forth and conquer, love. This one. Okay, number three. Yeah. Number three. I got this so much, guys. I got it so much. People were like, I thought you were tall. I thought you were taller. I didn't know you're this short, this, that, and the other. So I don't know what it is, but people always assume that I'm taller than I actually am. I'm quite short, but not as short as some people that I won't mention. Umdu that I'm referring to knows exactly who she is, because I think I'm regular standard South African girl short. I'm a South African girl short, but not like short, like borderline midget short. I don't even want to put down my height, because I know that so many people in the comments are going to be like, you're not average, you're short. I know I'm short, but I feel like it's people exaggerated more than they should, like they over exaggerated. Okay, number 4, someone said I am a nice person. I'm a nice person and I'm talkative. I am talkative. Actually really insecure about how talkative I am, because people will interpret me being talkative in different ways, and I'm not the kind of person who tend to dig. Like, I don't want to annoy you. I don't want to, so like I don't like the fact that I'm talkative, to be quite honest. So I have been working on it, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. What else did this person say? I'm a nice person. That assumption, first of all, is wrong, or that impression is wrong, because I feel like I'm a person who, you could label me as polite, but you cannot label me as nice, because being nice is not my priority. Like, not being rude is a priority in my life, but being nice in itself is definitely not my priority. I'm not the kind of person who's going to try and make you feel comfortable, but I will also simultaneously not try and make you uncomfortable. I just generally just exist near people. So my definition, or the connotation I have of nice, does not fit the description of who I am. Like, what I think as nice, I don't personally think I'm nice. I just think people maybe might interpret my niceness as me being funny, because I am. This person, okay, this is number 5. Yo, this video is gonna be so long. This is number 5. This person was like, their first impression of me, this is an impression obviously, their first impression of me was, oh baby girl, will you dive? Yo, guys, and I got why did you obviously, that sounds so like, wow, but I got many like variations of baby girl, will you dive, because a lot of people was saying, no, my first impression of you was you're beautiful. I obviously I wasn't really looking for physical impressions or assumption. I just wanted to tap in deeper of what people think of me, than just like the physical, in the physical sense. But Enko, I say to everyone who said I'm beautiful, I honestly, as Enko seeing it, because if we're being honest, you guys are right. Like, I genuinely am beautiful. It's facts. But thank you nonetheless. And that's cute that this person thought that indeed type. I'm sure many other people do too. Anyway, number 6, I'm all about, this person was like, I'm all about myself. And to be quite honest, this assumption is correct. What I struggle to actually decide is if I feel shame for it. Because I don't regard myself as a person who's selfish, in the sense that I will hurt and harm other people for my benefit or for things that I want to do. I don't actively go try and hurt people or harm people. However, first of all, I'm alone, and second of all, I genuinely don't really trust people apart from myself. So I'm really all I have apart from my mom and my little sister. And obviously I have my friends. I don't want to take that lightly. But if you know me, even in my friendships, I'm quite a distant human being, just generally. So when people say that I'm all about myself, I can understand why. Because I really live with myself a lot. Like, I live within myself, and that's just that. So I think I'm always really, my mind is always in a place of trying to understand myself, understanding what I need. And I'm not ashamed of doing things because I need to do them. And it's unfortunate if it makes you feel uncomfortable or sad, and I will try and find a remedy for you, but I'll never ever compromise myself to an extent that I feel like it's an injustice to myself. And that's just the person I am. And if this person means I'm all about myself in the sense that I don't know, in the sense that I think I'm the shit, or I think I'm great, intelligent, smart, whatever the case is, that also is true. I'm not just under the impression that I'm beautiful and intelligent and wonderful. Quite frankly, I know. So number 7, you're so sweet, and so yeah, so number 7, this person was like, you're so sweet and you're so mean at the same time. And I was actually speaking to one of my friends about this impression, because I was like this assumption / no, this was impression. This impression kind of baffled me a bit, because I feel like people either see the sweet side or they see the mean side. But it's just interesting how I feel like it's true. This is so true, because I think I'm both these things. I'm able to be these things at the same time, and I'm able to be nice to you and be good to you, but equally sunqela, because I'm probably going to switch. Like, I have such Gemini energy, which is so awkward because I'm not a Gemini, and the only thing that I can attribute that to is the fact that I have a Sagittarius stellium, and Sagittarius is opposite to Gemini in the chart. So obviously then I would exude some sort of Gemini elements, and I'm always around Geminis too, which is the weirdest thing, but we're not there. But yeah, I just don't like being disrespected. So as much as when I get comfortable with you, I'm a really nice person. We'll laugh, we'll talk, we'll have so much fun. However, don't irritate me. Like, just don't irritate me, because it's not gonna end well for you. So number 8 is I'm hilarious / very, very funny. I said / very, very funny because multiple people obviously said this, and these are impressions. These are from people who know me or who have met me before. I think it's safe to say that in the first couple of times, or probably a couple of minutes that you're with me, you're going to realize that I am a funny girl. And sorry guys, I think it was a car. Yeah, you're going to realize that I am quite funny. I am quite funny. I'm hoping that at some point it's going to reflect on my YouTube videos, just because I still feel a bit awkward filming. Never underestimate how awkward filming is. You're literally talking to yourself. But I think I'm a person who, first of all, loves laughing personally. So I'm always laughing for that reason. And I mean, things are funny, and I have the darkest humor because, and I'm South African. I feel like South African people are very, very funny. We're just funny, Tina, South Africans generally, because the way in which we deal with our struggles and our problems is through laughing at them and making them, basically minimizing them, so that we minimize the issues that we're like. Think about right now and the coronavirus, and how now there's a case in KZN. The TL is cracking jokes because I think South Africans, not only our generation of South Africans for so many generations, we've had such heavy burdens that we had to deal with, meaning that it was so compromising to our mental health that I think South African people, the only way in which we can accept and understand traumas and pains and struggles and things that are just really, really shitty is by making them funny. And I see it in myself, I see it in my mom, I see it in, obviously, my just my family in general, that I just, even when things are really bad, I just make it a joke. And it really doesn't help. It helps for the moment, but I'm still that person. Whoa, this one, like, I got this a lot too, but obviously in different variations. This girl is woke, I'm political, my feminism jumps out, all of that. I get it. I get why, if you're a person who first encountered me on Twitter, you'd think that. I get why, if you were in my class, you'd also be under that impression, because I don't do that much anymore. But in the first years of my qualification, I do law, if anyone is interested to know. I think I was very debatey. I was always trying to understand and trying to figure out where my lecturers stand on certain things, just because law, there's so many moments within your law school career where you'll have lecturers lecture something to you, which is a topic that interests you. However, because they are lecturers, they're very vague about certain things. Not all of them, obviously, but they tend to be very vague. So I think this is also someone who's my classmate and became my friend, a very, very close friend of mine. He says, yeah, this girl is woke, she's political, her feminism jumps out. Yeah, I think I'm very aware of the injustices, the same way I'm aware of my privileges. Like, I can simultaneously be aware of the fact that I'm privileged to be in varsity, I'm privileged to have the things I have, I'm privileged to eat a meal every day, I'm privileged on so many counts, but equally I am disadvantaged because I'm black, I'm disadvantaged because I'm female, I'm disadvantaged because I'm queer. So this assumption of me is right, just because I'm quite aware of a lot of things, and when things happen to me that make me even more aware of the things that I'm already aware of, I feel like I have the responsibility to call it out, especially because you're not gonna, even if you're not being racist to me, you're not going to be racist in general in my presence. If you're queerphobic, you're not going to be queerphobic with me, with someone else in my presence. It's just not going to happen that way. I'll slit your throat. Number 10, she's extremely intelligent and very interesting, but conceited. It's extremely intelligent. I get why you'd assume that. You're probably correct. Interesting. I think I am, just because I'm a person who has a mind that races. So I can see why all the phases of my mind racing would interest someone. But yeah, like, generally, a lot of people who answer these impressions, like, typically everyone I meet them because we started a conversation about something really, really interesting. So people's, like, the first impression that I give people is always, we're having a debate, we're having a talk about something, and I guess that's why people find me interesting, which I find nice that people find me interesting. It's just that I also don't have the range to follow through all the time, because I can't be the same girl every single day. So if I'm interesting today and we're speaking about intersectional feminism, I can't now tomorrow come up with another topic. Let's speak about philosophy or solipsism. Like, I'm not that person all the time. Sometimes you're going to find me sad, sometimes you're going to find me tired, sometimes you're going to find me on a day where I don't feel like speaking. So I just feel like, people find me interesting, but they tend to also get disappointed because they want me to sustain that interestingness. And conceited. I don't think the person who said this said it in a bad way. I just feel like, once again, I'll attribute it to the fact that I'm aware. Like, the same way I'm aware of the things that I'm not, I'm aware of the things that I am. That's the only simple way I can put it. I'm very aware of who I am, what I'm not, who I'm not. So it's one of those things where it's like, intelligent, I am that. And it's without a doubt in my mind that I am intelligent. I don't need anyone to confirm that for me. But there are things that I'm not. I'm not always compassionate. I'm not always loving. I'm not forgiving. I'm not kind. Like I had said, I can easily say the things that I am not. And it's easy for me to, if someone comes up to me and say, you're not this, be able to sit and rationally hear you out and also think, okay, you might be right here, you might be wrong here, and also not get angry at you. So the reason why that is even relevant to me being conceited is the fact that I think the things that I am, first of all, I'm not going to be humble about, because I really don't believe in humility. Like, if you're great, you're great. If you're a great artist, you're a great artist. If you're a great painter, you're a great painter. If you're a great writer, you're a great writer. If you have a great mind, you have a great mind. If you dress well, you dress well. So the fact that I'm going to tell you that, look, I'm really smart. It might seem conceited, but I feel like for me personally, it's just awareness. These two, I'm gonna do these together because I feel like I've been speaking for so long. These two, it's from the same person. She was like, you always have a predicament and you're always panicking. Both of these things are true. Good assumptions, good impressions. I always do have a predicament because I deep everything. Like, I'm the worst. I deep everything. Even something really small becomes bigger to me. And I'm going to make another video just explaining my mental health and what mental health issues I have, and kind of do an informative mental health video about different things like panic disorders. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I have to be cautious about that. So I will tell you according to my experiences, and I'll probably do a collab with someone else. I'm still looking for a YouTuber who's willing to do a video about their mental health and where they're at with their mental health. Oh, and I panic a lot. Once again, I will explain why I panic a lot when I speak about my mental health. But I do drink medicine for some of the things that I go through. So I do panic a lot. It's just honestly just a chemical imbalance. It's who I am. Have to accept and keep it moving. Yeah, this is what I got a lot. That's why the first one, when someone was like, I'm approachable, I was just like, girl, wait. Someone was like, you're very intimidating, and she thought I did not like her, which is so odd for me because the person who said this, I love them so much. Like, from the day I met this person, I was like, Jonga, you can have both my kidneys. I don't need one. Like, if you need a kidney, I'll give you both, just so that you can have one and one for spare. But yeah, like I genuinely love this person, and I love them since like the first day I realized that they exist, like that they are a person. Because for the longest time we're in the same spaces, and like we sort of grew up not around each other, but we could have potentially grew up around each other. However, for some reason, I didn't know of her or her existence for a while, and then when I actually met her, I was just like, this girl, you know. So, but she's not the only one who thinks I'm very intimidating, and at first who think that I don't like them. It's not a me trying to make you feel like I don't like you thing. It's just a thing where I'm just a neutral human being. So if I see you and I'm with a friend and you know the friend, I'm probably just going to be neutral, because, and people like interpret that as me being you know, rude or intimidating or whatever. But it's probably that, and also an element of guys. I really don't like, you know, abantu abaphaphayo, and then they want to start conversations with you and then they don't know you. That for me is just, it's not that it's disrespectful, but it's just something that I don't enjoy, just because I'm a person who, not that I'm trying to punish anyone or anything. It's just like one of those things where I feel like I'm very, very picky with who I let in and who I let experience me. I'm very stingy. Yeah, that's the word. I'm very stingy with who is allowed to experience me. And when I say experience, I mean experience me being funny, experience me being you know, the woke, let's have great conversations girl. Like, I'm very, 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 very stingy with that. So when I see someone I don't know, it's not even a thing of me trying to be rude. It's just something about, it's like I close off, just because it's like, okay, this is not a person I know. So I get why people say that, and I'm not apologetic about it. But probably if you greet me and we have a decent conversation, all of the walls will probably crumble down, in the words of Beyonce, our Lord and Savior. Yeah, this goes in hand with number 14, which is you only allow specific people to be around your space. You're very, very particular about the people you allow in your space. Very, very true. As I said, I already explained that I'm very, very stingy with who I am and how much I allow. Number 15, you seem to be really in love with your friends. So this person is like, I seem to be very in love with my friends, and I'm basically obsessed with my friends. This is very, 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 very true. It bothers me, it triggers me. This assumption, it triggers me. When the person sent it to me, I was like, babes, you're triggering me. I genuinely love my friends. Like, if you're my friend, I love you. And the thing is, I don't make friends easily. Like, I don't have friends. I can literally count on this hand how many friends I have, and I still have space. So when I really like you, I really, really like you. And it's almost bothering because it's almost romantic. You know, like how you have crushes on like just a normal person, like you have a crush on them and you're actually interested in them. I crush on friends like that, and it's platonic. I don't want anything beyond a friendship, but I literally obsess over my friends. When I like you as a person, and it's like borderline romantic. I actually always tell people that I feel like my friendships tend to be very, very, very romantic, even though it's platonic. And I don't know if those two things can coexist, but they do. It's scary for me because I also have really bad abandonment issues. So when the same friends that I obsess over do me dirty, you know, just anything of that sort, it really hurts for me. Like I go-ish. So I'm gonna do one more, which is number 16, which is such an odd number to stop at, and I probably will do it a part 2. This person, the final one, said, hey, guys, Uti, you're low-key rich. Uti, this girl, I'm low-key rich. Baby. Yes, you know, I think, because I also, after that, I was questioning it, because I know people who I think are rich who don't see themselves as rich. They see themselves as comfortable, see themselves as well off. So I understand that what is wealthy to one person is not going to be the same as the next person. So it could easily mean that what I have and it seems like I have makes you feel like I'm rich, because in your definition of what rich is, that's what, you know. And I spoke to my friend about it, and she was saying the same, that probably it's just because there's certain things that you have that people regard as being rich. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, what are those things? Because I was really curious. I was like, what are those things that your assumption of me could be that I'm rich? And my friend named two things, which was my phone and my watch, which, first of all, I don't believe that my watch is a representation of rich, because everyone and their uncle has a Casio watch. It's obviously not the cheapest watch, but it's a watch that even a student, like, we save up for these things, 200 rand a month for a couple of months, and you can get yourself a Casio watch. It's not that deep. And then an iPhone. And I feel like, once again, this is a place where I'm like, guys, can we stop associating having an iPhone with being rich? It's such a minimal thing now, I guess. At some point, I understand why having an iPhone was a big deal, but like, first of all, a lot of us, it took us a while to even like convince our parents to get us iPhones. We had just Androids, and not even like the nice, I didn't even have nice Androids. Like, I'm speaking about like US Ntontoni. I had just regular Androids until I had to like literally find a way to, finesse my mom into getting me the phone that I have now. So I think the assumption of if I'm rich, I'm going to say it's false. But I do also at the same time acknowledge my privileges. There's so much more that I feel like I'd love to have that I don't have. And this is not even the measly, not measly, but like the ordinary, oh, I want a Louis Vuitton pochette Matisse, like, bruh, I want things that are very, very basic, that for a lot of people, them going to their parents and saying I need this would be such a simple thing. So I don't really think I'm rich, but I also don't feel like I'm in the worst state. I have a single parent who provides for me as best as she can. Love her. So I don't want to act or say anything that's offside, but I really do think my mom does do her best to provide every one of my needs. So it would be very disrespectful for me to say, no, I'm such a broke hand. Like, no, my mom really tries, guys. My mom does her utmost, like, to do the most for us. So yeah, I'm okay. Like, but yeah, rich is you leaped, eh? You leaped into that assumption. It's not true. Anyway, I think this video is probably like 30 minutes. But Danny Tanda, guys, thank you so much for the continuous support. I say this literally every single video. My platform is growing. I literally started the week with like 150 something subscribers, and now I'm on like, and it's growing. And even one subscriber a week for me is fine, as long as there's new people coming and people are enjoying the content. Even if it's 2 views, I don't even care. So like, I'm just so grateful to the people who continuously watch my videos and support me and follow me on Instagram and send me feedback, because obviously I'm not in a place where I can, like, I'm not fully there in terms of content, and I'm only starting to get the hang of it now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Also, leave a comment, tell me what else you want to see. I'm still going to do a Q&A, obviously, so you don't have to tell me that. Tell me what you want me to do, beauty content, mental health, astrology. Just let the girl know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.